Corsa, the Italian word for race. No Opel Corsa has better fit this description than its 6th generation model. It looks much fresher, younger, and sportier. But is it really?
37 years of the Opel Corsa, and this small car remains Opel's most important and best-selling car, with almost 14 million units sold. It's already edging towards being one of the top 10 best-selling cars in the world. Now the 6th generation is being launched, the first to be built on a PSA platform, and I want to see if it still has what it takes to be a bestseller.
We test drove the most powerful gasoline engine, the 1.2-liter turbo with 96 kilowatts. There is a choice of 3 gasoline engines, 1 diesel, and the all-electric Corsa E, like with the Peugeot sister model 208.
The Opel Corsa and the Peugeot 208 are twins. Same platform, same technology, same engines. But the nice thing is that I don't think you can really tell just by looking at them. They stand out from one another in terms of their exterior and interiors. The Opel looks like an Opel and the Peugeot looks like a Peugeot.
The Opel Corsa stands out from its PSA Group sibling and the wider competition. The Corsa has undergone tremendous evolution over its near 40 years of production. In 1982, the Corsa A was launched with an angular design that was popular at the time. The first generation sold around 3 million units. The Corsa E was released in 2014 and took some criticism because it was only a facelift of the 4th generation model. But the Corsa F has been completely redeveloped.
Its exterior is much more dynamic and sporty. The roof is 5 centimeters lower, and the driver now sits 3 centimeters lower than its predecessor. And while the 2 predecessors had more of a practical second family car vibe, the new model should appeal to a younger market too.
Our test car came with the sporty GS line. This includes, for example, fog lights, a distinctive rear spoiler, and a full-bodied rear apron. 17-inch two-tone rims and the red-black finish perfectly complete the sporty look. The interior gives off a solid and modern impression. The shifter is a standard PSA component. One special feature, which is only available for an additional charge of 600 euros, matrix LED headlights, a first in the B segment. Opel sells around 90,000 Astras and Insignias with the high-tech IntelliLux LED headlights every year. When the high beam is switched on, the headlight's 16 LEDs are individually activated to provide adaptive lighting, avoiding oncoming cars, reducing glare, and the risk of dazzling oncoming drivers. The sensors also detect other light sources, and highly reflective signs are not excessively illuminated.
I've inspected the car very closely, and I noticed 5 things that I really like and 5 things that are perhaps a bit annoying. Matrix LED lights. This is the first time they've been available in the small car segment. Look here, this wonderful huge glove compartment. That's great. Our model has fabric interiors, but the leather seat option has a massage function. Not bad for a small car. Now let's see, much lighter. It's lost 100 kilos compared to its predecessor. Weight reductions coming from the body, which is 40 kilos lighter, and the engine, which shaved off 15 kilos by being made out of aluminum. What I don't like so much is the rear view mirror. It's relatively large and sits relatively low down, blocking a large part of my view. Oh, I keep missing the turn signal because it's sitting a little too high. This edge here is quite sharp and you really could hurt yourself. Sounds a little hollow. Hard plastics are fine and expected in a car like this, but here on the door, which is visible every time you get in, Opel could do a little better. These days, with every growing display screen, I'm wondering why these are so small, both with the speedometer here and the thick black border here. Why?
Because rimless displays are more expensive. But there are worse things than having a display that's only 7 inches.
What the Corsa promises visually, it delivers on in terms of driving dynamics. We have the top engine here with 96 kilowatts, and I think it's pretty lively. I'm in normal driving mode right now, but we can now downshift to eco. Of course, you'll notice it gets a little sluggish, and the shifting is a little slow, even if you put your foot down on the gas. But now, let's shift up into sports mode instead. And then, there's something I found kind of fun. Maybe you can hear it. There's an engine noise generator, which made me laugh a little when I first heard it. You wouldn't expect that kind of sound out of a Corsa, but I find it kind of fun, and I think people will like it. Either way, this is a very sporty car, both in terms of the engine, but also the steering, which is really precise through corners. It's really something to behold.
The basic Corsa F costs 14,000 euros. With the top engine that we had in our test car, it comes in at around 23,000 euros. This puts the Corsa squarely in the middle of the market, with its Peugeot group brother being 1,500 euros more expensive.
The Opel Corsa is facing stiff competition. There are many small cars like this, and they sell really well, especially in Europe. But because the Corsa is a relatively sporty small car, I'd say its main competitors are vehicles like the Ford Fiesta or Seat Ibiza.
With a starting price of 11,500 euros, the Fiesta is one of the cheapest in the segment. With the sporty ST line and 103 kilowatts, the Ford is priced on par with our test car. A sportier Spanish seat is available from around 15,000 euros. In terms of performance, however, you only get 85 kilowatts.
The Corsa is Opel's most successful model, and the Corsa F has big shoes to fill. The basic concept has completely changed to a sportier vehicle, both in terms of appearance, drive, and driving behavior. And it seems the new Corsa can fill those big shoes quite well, with a unique design and good workmanship. And I have to say that I've really had fun driving it. So, to be completely honest, I'm even looking forward to an OPC version.
The stage is set for the Corsa F to become a bestseller. Its sporty redesign should only spur it on to further success.